Auburn defeat Alabama on the volleyball court. We are in Pensacola, Florida for the start of the 2023 SEC soccer tournament. Decision day results, and off of multiple tiebreakers. This was an extensive process. LSU was the final team in to get to the beach. We have seen that. We've seen it come to fruition this year. Over the top for Jordan Rhodes, Kentucky's all-time leading goal scorer, 45 in her career. Looking for some help. Ulfer's daughter had a run going on the opposite side, but Rhodes took it herself out for a goal kick. Now Kentucky getting forward. Hoytink making a run out of her right back position. Noelle wards her off, but she touched it.
Noelle covering a lot of ground right now. As we see it touch just the outside of her foot. Should have been a corner kick. Touch across the defender, and that puts the defender in a tight spot. They've either got to foul her, in that case in the box, or they've got to let her make a one-on-one run and make those runs in the box.
Ulfer's daughter tried it herself. Swift with a kick save and a beauty there, but it's a corner Kentucky.
The final third quickly. A great touch to set Ulfer's daughter up for either a shot or a cross. Realize she doesn't have the runs, tries to keep Swift honest, and Swift up to the task. Awesome kick save at the near post.
Molly Swift reaching a pretty special mark. 300 career saves, a school record, making her 94th career SEC level. She has done a lot more than that.
And you know, I'm a player that has been through a coach, and to have a player like Molly Swift come with Sean.
National teams. Douglas has some space. I
think it's the formation right now that's the problem for LSU. The problem for LSU right now is
clicking on all cylinders yet.
And there's a couple things we got to keep in mind. Yes, we are at a new chapter of the season, the conference tournament.
It exactly sets you up for a deep run, does it?
No, not at all. And there are teams in this conference, you know, you look at Arkansas, you look at Georgia, you look at all of they set themselves up so well in the regular season. They went into maybe the last few games of the season not having to play their starters for more than 50. And just a little shove in the back from Caruso to Strickland. No.
Swift is going to stay back this time. Gets past everybody.
Force Rhodes to try to go up and get that. And don't get me.
And remember, this is only year number 2 under Troy Fabiano. So the Wildcats not exactly playing the soccer that he is going to potentially want to years down the road when he gets. Here's Baker on the free kick for LSU. Well driven.
First 45 thoughts. Kentucky, you mentioned it, better of the first 45. The interchange with Rhodes, that needs to continue. That's been their best opportunity. And then you look at LSU.
Noelle. Hoytink squares up. Noelle looking to use her pace. Not only secure it, but has the 8th seed at that. Douglas, great ball to Noelle. Noelle is in, and what a save from Josephson. One more try, and Douglas pops it over the ball.
Run, we all kind of stood up thinking potentially this could be it for the LSU Tigers, but Mars Josephson read that all the way, made no hesitation, and takes that one right off the first touch of Rami Noelle. And then Douglas just got over the rebound.
One more try, and this is too easy for Swift. Humbird flipped it through. Glover! Flag is raised. Glover couldn't stay on.
Also very comfortable in their defensive responsibility as we see Rami Noelle closing down, giving away.
To that push in the back.
No play on the ball there from that one. Rami Noelle had to go through her back to attempt.
Good hold-up play from Douglas to Glover. And now Shannon shoved down. Does Mamatovic point to the spot? He said it's outside. Between Shannon and Henschler. Also, Henschler's on a yellow.
Absolutely.
That's something to think about, too.
Here's a better angle. That's the touch. I think she's in.
That is so close. And it was outside, so
Excellent
it is a free
ball.
kick.
Excellent
but is this
ball.
a yellow on Henschler? I believe it is, and she is shown off.
Sean Hudson mentioned it at halftime. Can they ask questions of the player on the...
Arminsdottir with 4 goals already this season, 11 in her already storied career for LSU. Josephson got to it and then bumped down by Dobles. This could be a yellow on her very.
This free kick from Ida Ermansdottir, she just goes right over the wall. And then if you're Kentucky, you've got to start making some substitutions as we're seeing now.
Chance for Baker. Baker trying to do it all herself, took a really heavy touch, got to the byline anyway, back to the middle, and Galligan couldn't get to it. Still on the ground, and Josephson.
Molly Baker coming to life every time she touches the ball with this much space. Guess what? It's way too much space. Unfortunately, that prep touch, that took her outside the frame of goal, but she adjusts anyway, ends up getting a service. And that's the key.
In a sea of purple. Megs Oliveri taken down by Gordon. It's clean. Hoytink tackled.
Player that can cover a lot of ground. That's a bad misstep, but covered by your.
Johnson tries a long effort. And obviously these two teams, Marion, are tired after, coming over from Thursday. Deal with what's in front of you, even though there are tired legs. Does that start to go away, or is it just something that...
And here we take a look at this replay. Right to the face, ball to the face. When it's the 86th minute, it's 0-0. You're fatigued. You played an entire season, and that all goes out the window because and challenge Kentucky that way.
If you're each team, Marion, how much do you... Galligan. Low in. Oh, that surprised Josephson. She was not expecting it. They've done a pretty admirable job, though.
Yes.
Down to 10.
It's been an extremely disciplined performance from their back line, especially in those 1v1 moments.
Look, are you surprised?
No.
Checked back in. Strickland turns off of her, and Swift gets the rebound.
Whatever deflection she can. And that is right off the boot.
Boom.
Into the cheek.
Oh. 2 here with 8 minutes and 10 seconds left. Alex Perlman, Marion Crowder with you for the first of 2 games.
Boom, sent that one right past the defender, sets her up brilliantly to have it is a tough angle. Those hips all the way around the entire time, and then Hoytink steps, nothing there.
Between the staffs.
It's been chippy on the field all game.
That is exactly what's happening. Rhodes, Olfersdottir, and Strickland popped it over the bar.
Oh, she knows it too.
Oh, a sitter. That
team attacking mid, very uncharacteristic. And Olfersdottir does enough just to get a favorable deflection. And Strickland probably surprised it came to her. You can see the way. And Lacagnato over here getting the forward touch on.
That is all she wrote after 90 minutes of picking out the right pass. Baker! And so now Tennessee and Auburn have to wait even longer out there. Marion, I feel like that's got to have an effect as well. That there's so much that this overtime does, not only for the teams that are on the field right now. Major. That's Sean Hudson is hoping to continue that. Philpotts cuts it back, looks for space.
But a lot of the attack stems through her, and she's a good 1v1 defender. We can see.
Looking for Baker. Gets there first. Shannon streaming forward, unmarked in the box. Back to the middle. Ermansdottir missed it wide. That was the ball game right there.
She has been good in this second OT, but still nothing to show for it. That right underneath Ida Ermansdottir. She doesn't get a good foot through it. You see it kind of creeps up on her. She stops her. You've got to be able to follow through with that. And then something to also see on that replay, the limp of Mars Josephson.
Advantage played into the box for Baker! And fittingly, advantage LSU.
Yes. Next save she made for an extended period of time, got up and said, I'm good. We saw her.
Elvis Mamatovic, our referee, making to penalties in the SEC tournament. And open up the scoring for Kentucky. And she does just that.
Yeah, that's the one where everybody takes a big deal.
How Josephson is physically. How about both Icelandic players starting us off? Hermansdottir, country mate. And both teams convert on the first round. Missed. Ulfersdottir was 1 for 1. And Philpotts just buries it, no questions.
Well struck, there's power behind him. That was big.
When does Molly Swift go, is the question. Saved by Josephson.
Not enough pace. Questions we had about Mars Josephson's ability. I think we see a smile.
Who hasn't played yet. The end. Sam Halligan saved. Maybe of your life.
What a save from
Josephson up to the.
And Mars read this one the whole entire way.
Eastman does just that. Kentucky is 1 away. Sophomore Glover trying to keep LSU alive. And Glover beats Joseph. Kentucky's moving on! Down to 10 in the 55th minute. A defensive clinic for the Wildcats through the end of regulation and 2 overtime periods. And they take down LSU in PK.